In my questions, I have categorized this one in question 21. So, but I have choose the 21.3 going down so that we can check what is important, because this is one of the simplest questions that we need to look at. So we're looking at question number 21. Okay. In this question, we are given a diagram again. Remember, this is geometry, so it's all diagram all the way. So we have the diagram with a cyclic quadrilateral. There it is. And our cyclic quadrilateral is a bit not up to scale, but we try to use it so that we can be able to be visible. You need not to worry, because you will have the answer book that has this drawn, smart, and smooth. Mine is just for your understanding. We're given that this line is parallel to that line, and that is line D, not B, that is line D, and that is line E. That is our C, B, and A. And it's labeled, this line equals to that line. So BE is equals to DE, and also that this line is parallel to BA or BC. What else? It's labeled that this is angle 1 and that's angle 2. This is 1, 2, and 3, and that is 1 and 2. The whole of angle E is equals to 70 degrees. That is what is given to us in the shape. So let's read the information associated with the shape and see what is coming on. In the diagram below, BAED is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, if that's the case, it means we're going to try to look if we have these three things that we have talked about. Opposite angles being supplementary, the exterior angle equals to the opposite interior angle, and if we have the one that is subtended by the same chord or the same arc. Folks, let's try to see what is given more. So with the cyclic quadrilateral, we have that information in head. With BA parallel to DE, so with parallel lines, we try to look at alternating angles, co-interior angles, and corresponding angles. And A angle ED is equals to 70. We have labeled that there, so it's fine. We have a tangent that is D. It's touching the angle at D, so this is our tangent. Just didn't continue, but it is a tangent. It touches the circle once. So let's try to see if we can allocate the information. This angle there is 70, and that will make the angle there to be also 70. An exterior angle equals to the opposite interior angle. And we are given that this line is equal to that line, and also we are given that we have alternating angles and other factors of parallel lines. Okay, now we can go to questions. Calculate with reason the size of the following angle. Now, one angle that we need to find is angle A. Now, if we look at our angle A, it's that angle there by the corner. And we need to find what is equals to that angle, because we have to do it with reason to find this angle. So let's see. If we look at angle E and angle A, they are both inside a parallel lines. And if they are inside parallel lines, it means that we have co-interior angles that are supplementary. They are not equal, folks. They are supplementary. So let's write it like that. It is 21,3.1. Okay, so it's A plus angle E, which is given to be 70. They're supposed to be supplementary, meaning that they're supposed to be equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because they are co-interior angles. Why? There's parallel lines, D, E, it's parallel to A, B. Simple as that. Okay, angle E is given to be 70, so that means that angle A will be equal to 180 degrees minus 70, which is 110 degrees. And then you get your 2 marks. Can you see how simple this can be, folks? So that's what you do, and that's how you get to the solution. Okay, the question 2 there says, write with reason the size of B1. I think we've already done that. If you look at it thoroughly, you will see we have done that. Now, B1, this is 21,3.2. So B1, we have said that already, it's going to be equal to 70 degrees. The reason is that we have a cyclic quadrilateral DEAB. There's an exterior angle equals to the opposite interior angle. So this is equal to that because the exterior angle of a cyclic quad equals the opposite interior angle. Then you have your 2 marks. Can you see that it's simple, quick, and straightforward? Now find D2. They want you to find D2. We are playing around the same numbers if you look at it. Now can you see that D2 and A, they are opposite to one another? Because of that fact, it means that we're going to say that A plus D2 must give us 180. They are supplementary because opposite angle of a cyclic quad equals 180. So we're going to say A, that's our angle, plus angle D2 without D1 must be 180 degrees. That is opposite angles of a cyclic quad must be equal to 180. So A is, we have found it to be 110. So it means that D2 is equals to 180 minus 110. That gives us a 70. Even better, you can do it in another direction, or you can use these angles that you are having there and that one, using the parallel lines, so it can go with a Z. Just that the Z is not looking like a Z, but it is a Z. If you move from C to B, you go up, you go to E. So you can see that these two are alternating angles. So you can use that alternating angles and then you get it to be 70. Straightforward. Anyway, any direction, as long as it's mathematical correct, it is to remember geometry have different ways of answering the question. So you can do that as well. Okay, 21.3.4. Let's see what they want us to do. They want us to find B2. Wow, B2 is just here. Remember we found that D2 is the same as 70. So let's label that. It's very good and it's a better way to label your angles as you go. Because if you label them, then they give you an idea of what is needed after. If you label them, you can be able to focus on the solution now. We are looking at B2 now. Look at it. B2 is just there. Remember that this side DE is the same as DB. Now, if that's the case, we can be able to find our B2 in using this triangle. How? Angle D2 is the same as angle B2 because the sides are equal. Now, how do we write that in terms of maths? We are going to say D2 equals B2. And the reason will be, these are the angles that are opposite equal sides. Remember the sides that are given to be opposite, to be equal. So then B2 is also going to be equals to 70 degrees. How nice. This is simple and straightforward. Now, how do we find D1? Because D1 is one of the questions that we have to answer as well. D1 is just there, outside our cyclic quadrilateral. But this is not a straight line. So you cannot say that an exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angle. However, this angle D1 here, it is on the tangent DC. Folks, make sure that you note this. There is no information that is given for geometry and it's never used. So everything that is given must be of use. We haven't yet used a tangent. If you forgot how to do it, you will go back and say, what did I use? Parallel lines, yes I did. Opposite angle of a cyclic quad, yes I did. Did I use the fact that I was given a tangent? No. Then tangent need to be used. So it means that you look at the angle between the tangent, which is CD, and the chord, which is DB, must be equal to the angle that is subtended by the same chord on the alternative segment, which is E1. Okay, so that's where we start. It is 21.3.5. We will say D1 is equals to E1. The reason is tan chord theorem. Okay, now let's work it out. Remember, in triangle DEB, we already know that the angle B2 is also 70. So we are just looking at angle E1. So we can use that. Okay, in that triangle BDE, E1 is going to be equal to 180 minus 70 plus 70, which is 140. Then it means it's going to be equal to 40. So now we know E1 is 40 degrees. Only this E1 is 40 degrees. Now, if E1 is 40 degrees, we said E1 is the same as D1. Therefore, our D1 is going to be 40 degrees as well. So let's write it like this. Therefore, D1 equals 40 degrees. You need not to put the reason again because you've already done that for D1 and E1. However, you must put a reason for doing that, which is the angles of a triangle. This is geometry. Everything you do must have a reason. Without a reason, you are subtracting yourself marks. Make sure that you write it smooth and clear. Folks, that is how you will answer this particular question. And it's a straightforward. What you need to remember again is to practice, 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 and make sure that you understand your theorems, focus on them, and be able to reply when the question comes, needing you to answer the theorem. So geometry is all about theorem mastery.